Welcome back to the Haunted Mansion Tournament Expert Division qualifying round hole number 3. I'm going to play a Zerk, blast it to Thorn, bounce up shot. The adjustment for the drive is P5 plus 10% max. However, we're only going to adjust on the wind above 9 miles an hour. So you'll have P5 plus 10% in your app, and whatever your wind is, minus 9. So right here, 2.6 miles an hour above 9. That's what I'm going to plug into my app, 2.6. And then I'm going to adjust that number at max, all right? So whatever the max number is there. If you're 10.0, then you'll have 1.0 mile an hour wind in your app. And, adjust P5 10 max. 6 top spin, 2 left spin. Our starting position is like so. APOC 5 and 6, you're going to have 2/3 of the white ring into the fairway on the left at P5 max rest. APOC 7 is 1/3 of the white ring into the fairway on the left. And then APOC 8 is white ring touching the fairway on the left, all at P5 max rest. Six top, 2 left. There are 2 major wind angles here that we need to be aware of. There's a crosswind and a more tailwind angle. And when we get the crosswind, we need to play the shot a little bit differently. So if you're in the tailwind angle, that's all you need to do is make your small adjustment. Then you'll play full overpower, half a ball, a left curl. If you're in the crosswind angle, which I am in here, you're going to need to push up 4+ yards and use a little bit more curl. So what I'm using to determine crosswind or not is the left side of this light pole in the back. If you're anything left of the light pole, you're in the tailwind angle. If you're anything right in the light pole or right, that it is our crosswind angle. If you're in the crosswind angle, a couple of things you need to note. You're going to want to keep your winds above 11 miles an hour if you can. Lower winds just do not get the same wind push and will usually clip the rough. You're going to want to also push up 4+ yards after you adjust, or whatever you can push up to. So if you can only push up 3 yards before you hit max, then just push up to max. But if you can push up more than 4 yards, you want to push up 4+ yards after you adjust. Curl. This is your crosswind curl. So what I'm looking at is the right side of the ball touching this point, right, on the broken part of the shot circle at full OP. That is crosswind curl. If you have the tailwind, then the right side of your ball will be touching the center line. All right, it's just a half a ball of curl. Slightly more than half a ball of curl if you have the crosswind angle. All right. What we want to do is bounce over. First bounce, catch the fairway. Second bounce, also catch the fairway. If for some reason you happen to clip the rough on your second bounce and roll out onto the fairway, you can still play the Thorn shot. You're just not going to be playing it right at min Thorn. So here I'm only a few rings from min. what I want you to pay attention to here is I'm counting up 4 rings. But if you look at when I push it up with no spin, the ball guide was short of the cup. I added backspin and the ball guide extended. Okay? So don't get caught by that, right? You should always have backspin on your shot. Some level of backspin. No side spin, some level of backspin. Okay? Don't play no spin. You're going to blow right through it. The adjustment for this approach is P5 minus 20% at slider. And it's 1% per ring pushed up from in from your slider. You're also going to want to push up at least 3.5 rings. I would say 3.5 rings at least. Okay? But since we can't do half ring values on our slider, my recommendation is push up a minimum of 4 rings. The reason for that is if you're really close to min and you got to add a lot of backspin, you don't want to pull back into min club. So if you have high winds, you need over 3 rings. If you have low winds, pushing up 3 rings is enough. So either 3 or 4 depending on the wind, right? I would say 4 rings for anything in the 11, 3 rings for anything below 11. That shot plays P5 minus 20% at slider. If you clip the rough and roll short, you're going to be in a, I think, 340 range, 345-ish. You can do a bullseye, top of the green, fringe check to get your slider values. So if we don't clip the rough, we roll out long, we're going to count for min. If we clip the rough, then we're going to do a bullseye green fringe check here above the hole, right? That'll give us a plus yard value. That'll tell us our slider number. And that shot plays P5 minus 10%. So if you get the long rollout, don't clip the rough, P5 minus 20. If you clip the rough and roll short, it's P5 minus 10. They both play the same exact way, except this you have to do a check to get your slider value. If you're doing the bullseye green fringe check, plus 11 is 49 slider, 10 is 48, 9 is 46, 8 45, 7 is 44, 6 is 43, 5 is 41, 4 is 40, 3 is 39, 2 is 38, plus 1 is 36, the 0 is 35, and if you're 1 ring past, it's 34, 2 rings past is 33, 3 rings past is 31, 4 is 30, and 5 is 29. Always backspin only, and ball guide just to the back of the cup, aim center cup. Pull straight, hit perfect. You should be walking away from this one with the Albie. Good luck. Hope you get it, and we'll catch you on the next one.